Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for the 77th Annual Opening Convocation. Dr. Desiree Williams graduated from our home by the sea with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Physical Education in 2011. Dr. Williams went on to earn her Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from Hampton in May of 2015. I want all of you to know that Dr. Williams has served Hampton University well. She was director of the William R. Harvey Leadership Institute, an assistant professor in Hampton's Department of Physical Therapy, and a host of the TV show The View from HU. Here in Hampton, Dr. Williams has a reputation for being honest, telling the truth, integrity, good personal behavior, hard work, loyalty, and teamwork. Currently, she's working as a physical therapist, television hostess, actress, and television personality in Los Angeles. Now, during her undergraduate years, she served as Miss Hampton University 2010-2011. And after serving as Miss Hampton, Dr. Williams became Miss Virginia in the 2013-14 Miss America competition. 2 years later, she won the Miss Virginia USA contest and finished as a top 10 finalist in the 2016 Miss USA competition nationwide. Dr. Williams, I want you to know that I watched that national contest on television, and you clearly should have been Miss USA. Her national television debut came as a contestant on season 35 of the hit show Survivor on CBS. And she just got back from South Africa, where they were doing some things there as well. In alignment with her passion for health and fitness, Dr. Williams was a spokesperson for the Newport News annual one-day marathon, the race director for Hampton University's annual 5K by the Bay, and is a 2014 author and publisher of a book entitled Love Affair with My Hair, Black Women Cheat on Health. Author, academician, college administrator, national TV personality, fitness guru, and physical therapist. I want you to know that Dr. Williams is outstanding in every regard. She's known for her intellect, her hard work, her inner and outer beauty, her effervescent personality, and her talent. Personally and professionally, she is greatly admired. Desiree, in my judgment, you have worked tirelessly to promote the Hampton ethos of character, excellence, and accomplishment, and I thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming one of our own, the 2019 Opening Convocation speaker, Dr. Desiree J. Williams. Dr. Williams.
Dr. Harvey, administration, faculty, and staff, members of the board, Hampton University student body, friends and family, Onyx 11, I was Onyx 8, and of course, platform guests, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the 77th annual opening convocation ceremony. This traditional event officially marks the beginning of the academic year. The first time the graduating seniors officially get to wear their academic regalia. And for the seniors, a time when things start to officially get really real. And so in the vein of keeping it real, I'd like to keep it real with you all today, so bear with me. And while this speech is certainly directed at the entire audience, most of these gems are specifically for the graduating class, Onyx 11. So this morning, I'd like to pass on to you my personal observations and advice for navigating through this academic year and the future to come. So I'm gonna address 3 key points. Remember why you are here. Secondly, life is about choices. And last but not least, if you are called, you are worthy. So let's start with the reason why each of you are here at Hampton University. So humor me and look to your left. Come on. Look to your right. Okay. Look in front of you and behind you. All right, so some of these people will go on to be CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. Some of you will be history-altering medical doctors. Others will go on to be revolutionary educators, thought leaders, and more. But some of y'all are gonna leave here and go to brunch, get a little too lit, maybe not make it to class in the morning. That'll become a habit, and come Mother's Day 2020, some of you will have nothing to show for it happens every year. Told you I was gonna keep it real. Have nothing to show for the 4 years, and not to mention tens of thousands of dollars you've dedicated to this university. It happens every year. Some big shot on campus mistakenly thinks that because he's doing important and impactful work as a student leader, his professor's gonna let him slide on that paper he missed or curve his exam. We've all seen it happen. You mistakenly think that Professor so-and-so is dope and isn't gonna fail you and your last semester of undergrad. You maybe miss too many classes, accumulate too many absences, and poof, there goes your minor. That one's for my leadership fellows. You know what I'm talking about. Look, I distinctly remember a guy in my class. He came in on scholarship, in the honors program, in SLP. And in his final semester of his undergraduate program, he failed not 1, but 2 classes. And do you know he let his mama drive all the way from Georgia on Mother's Day in the hopes that he could guilt his professors into changing his grade and letting him walk? Well, guess what? They didn't. And so his poor mama had to drive all the way back to Georgia, leave her baby boy here at Hampton and a few thousand more dollars to finish summer school. So look, y'all, don't be that guy. Look, I get it. You guys have a lot of obligations senior year, right? From every fraternity's cabaret to the homecoming celebration of every HBCU in a 5-mile radius, to celebrating 100 days, and of course, spring break on South Beach. Look, I get it. You guys have a lot to cram into senior year. I have been there and I've done it all. So here's my advice. Don't forget what you came here for. Don't allow peer pressure to make you lose focus. And maybe most importantly, get all of your work and studying done Sunday through Wednesday so you can start the weekend early on Thursday. Look, I'm telling you, I did it all, but I graduated. Because while all of that stuff is certainly part of the college experience, none of it matters if you walk away without a degree. So remember, the degree is the reason that you're here. The second thing I want to remind you of is the power of choices, sort of echoing what Dr. Harvey already said. But life is all about choices. And it's a combination of the decisions you make and the actions you take or don't take, which are either congruent with your goals and your dreams, or they're not. So you must act and think and feel and do from your goals and your intentions. I'm sure you've heard the saying, when one door closes, another door opens. But if you're smart, you will keep opening doors without closing many along the way. Because once you leave here, all of the titles you earned in SLP or SGA or SRT will not mean a thing. And the only thing that will matter are the doors you opened along the way and the choices that you made along the way. I've also often heard people say, I have such bad luck when things don't go their way. However, I am challenging you on that today, because often an incident of bad luck is actually the result of poor choices. For example, you have a paper due, the Blackboard submission link is going to end in 5 minutes, and with your bad luck, wireless pirate goes out on you. Now, bad things do happen to good people, but I will say that that's probably not bad luck. You chose to wait until the last minute. That was the result of poor choices. But once you leave Hampton, you may also feel like you're having bad luck in finding a job. But is that bad luck, or is that the result of choices that you made along the way? Did you position yourself as a marketable candidate by honing in on both your hard and soft skills? Does your credit report signify that you're a responsible person, because employers look at that? What does your resume look like? Did you take advantage of the resources while you were here at Hampton to make you a competitor in the job market? I can assure you guys that the Career Center is there for a reason. For Miss Willis. So the next time you make a comment about having bad luck, I challenge you to take a step back and think about the reason those things really happened. Could it have been a result of a choice that you made? And now take that insight and use it as a means for growth, not excuses. But on the flip side of that, let's also talk about the power of making positive, proactive choices. Life choices that may make you afraid, or at least sometimes uncomfortable. Choices that could be a stimulus for a more fulfilling life. Now, as many of you may know, about 3 years ago, a unique opportunity came my way. The opportunity to live on a deserted island with strangers for 39 days, wearing the exact same outfit with very little food. And coming from the obviously glamorous world of pageants, Survivor was way outside of my comfort zone. But over the course of 3 weeks filled with filth and starvation, I realized how much each of us has the power to choose what happens in our lives. And as I sat around Survivor camp, literally surviving on coconuts alone, I realized that somewhere over the course, I had stopped choosing my life's path. And so that gut feeling led me to make one of the most gutsy decisions I've ever made. Leaving my beautiful office in the Academy building, overlooking the ocean, to a small desk in my apartment. I downgraded from a 3-bedroom condo in Newport News to a tiny studio in LA. But I have no regrets. I am still growing. I am still happy. I am still evolving. I am still learning, but most importantly, I am still pursuing the goals I set for myself. I know I'm worthy of living my best life. I know I'm worthy of love, great friendships, a fulfilling career, and all of the adventures that come along the way. And so I am choosing to live life fully, and you should too. You don't owe anybody anything. You only owe it to yourself to choose to do what is best for you, and now is the time to be selfish. So choose to get rid of the people, habits, and positions that don't serve you. Because life is about choices, and only you have the power to choose your own path. And finally, in keeping it real, I'm gonna get a little vulnerable and admit something to you. When I received the call from Dr. Harvey that I was being considered as this year's opening convocation speaker, a million thoughts went through my head. Shock, fear, because you guys can be a tough crowd, a little bit of guilt, and then honestly, a sense of unworthiness. Because despite any of the accolades you may have heard, I still have moments where I have my own self-doubt. And so I did what I always do when those feelings of self-doubt start to creep in, and you will for sure feel those feelings at some point in your life and in your career. But I did what I always do. I reached out to my inner circle. And as I reached out to my inner circle and began to discuss this amazing but intimidating opportunity, I went to a Hampton sister, because who else would I call in a time of need? And as I started to pour out all of my fears and insecurities and self-doubt, her response to me was simple, yet confident and resolute. She simply said to me, "If you have been called, you are worthy." And in that moment, I knew that she was right. And as I reflect on all of my experiences, from my time at Hampton to my pageant career, to jobs that I've had, Survivor, and even moving across the country, I never quite felt that I was ready, but I was, in fact, worthy. And so I'm here to remind you that if you have been called, you are worthy. Pretty soon, each of you will be entering in what we like to call the real world. And as fun and carefree as MTV used to make it seem, I am here to tell you that the real world can be a cold, cold place. And in pretty stark contrast to the nurturing environment here at Hampton, when you go out into that real world, you will likely not be surrounded by colleagues who look like you. As you enter the professional workspace or matriculate into your graduate program, you're going to return to your position in society as a minority. You'll likely encounter ignorance and at some point in time, be made to feel out of place. But remember your worth. If you have been called, you are worthy. Remember that you are not there because of someone's benevolence, nor some social experiment. You are there because you belong and you are capable. And let's be honest, is there any better feeling than proving somebody wrong? So prove them wrong every single time. I'm here to tell you that Hampton has more than prepared you to stand in any room. Demand the respect of any man or woman you meet. Command the attention of friends and colleagues. And slay anyone with your skill, poise, and of course, wardrobe. So as you embark upon your final moments here at Hampton University, I urge you to remember the degree is the reason you're here. You have the power to choose your own path. And if you are called, you are worthy. So Hamptonians, from one Onyx to another, congratulations Onyx 11, welcome Onyx 12, and thank you.